Did you know that mid-side was actually developed as a mono miking technique and not a stereo miking technique? And this might sound unintuitive at first because why would you need two channels for mono playback? But once you understand the history, it actually makes a lot of sense. Back in the early 1900s, single microphone recording was the norm. You'd put one microphone in the middle of the studio, position all the musicians around that microphone, and then mix by physically moving the musicians further back or by just telling the drummer to play quietly. They always loved that. And just like that, you'd have a mono recording. One channel recorded, one channel played back. Makes perfect sense. But as technology started to advance, more microphones started to be used to better capture the performance. The problem is that as soon as you add a second microphone to this configuration, you start running into phasing issues. Imagine that this is microphone A and this is microphone B. As I'm talking in the studio, the arrival time of the sound of my voice will be different for each microphone. If the distances are just right, then the sound will be perceived as doubled, which will make the playback louder. And that's great. If these microphones are in a position where one microphone is at a compression point and the other microphone is at a rarefaction point, then when these signals are summed in playback, the sounds will cancel out and you'll hear nothing. In a real-world setting, the result would not be a full cancellation because there's so many factors at play. There's the different instruments in the room, different distances from the instruments to the wall, sound bouncing off the walls and various surfaces. So the result would be comb filtering, which is a phase interaction problem. So in 1933, Alan Blumlein, an EMI engineer, came up with this technique to tackle the phasing problems which would occur with multiple microphones in the room. Mid-side allowed a multi-microphone pickup of instruments in a space, and because both microphones are sharing the same physical space, there's no time-based phase interaction problem. Fast forward to the stereo revolution, and this ability was adopted due to its ability to function in both mono and stereo environments without phase cancellation. And mono was still very much the norm for several years, but this technique allowed both of them to work in tandem.